Tuscan Holdings, Quantumscape, Northern Genesis, Romeo Power Inc. Stocks update. So in this video, we're going to begin with Tuscan Holdings. Tuscan Holdings has been in the news, and it's in the current session of today, the 1st of February 2021. It's up about 40%. So the news is that today it announced that it will go public through, Microvast rather, announced that it will go public through a merger with Tuscan in a deal that will value the combined entity at roughly $3 billion. The deal with Tuscan was announced in November, however, the financial details were not disclosed then. Microvast will receive $822 million in gross cash proceeds, which includes a private investment of $540 million from investors like Tuscan Corp, BlackRock Inc., Koch Strategy Platforms, and Inter-Private Investment Partners. Microvast was founded in 2006 and has a headquarters in Texas. It made batteries that power the electric buses used in the 2018 Winter Olympic Games in Pyeongchang, South Korea. Okay, so technically, Tuscan appears to be correcting within a longer-term bullish trend, although its MACD is presently below the signal line. Shares remain 39.5% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average, and comparative relative strength analysis shows that it's outperforming the S&P 500. So you also have to be aware that when the merger is completed and Microvast begins to trade with its own ticker, it will inherit the data of THCB. So that will not be the true picture of all that has transpired with Microvast, and a lot of stuff. So this is all you have to be aware of, and see how you navigate all of those things, and all that stuff. So technically speaking, based on what's going on now, I forget about what's going on right now, because it is this has moved up, and it's away from what this trend line. It's not. This is currently not a position. This is the position right now in the pre-markets. So this is what's going on now. So if you really want to get into the stock, by all means do so. But some of these stocks are long plays. I wouldn't advise you to play them as short-term plays and all that stuff. So we'll move on to the next one. That will be Quantumscape. So Quantumscape is also slightly up, I believe, in the pre-market session. It has a market cap of $15.9 billion. 14% of the shares are outstanding are held by institutions. So the shares are outstanding are 363.96 million, and short interest is about 1.73. Quantumscape's momentum is strongly bearish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call oversold. Okay, this means that investors have been actively selling shares and driving the prices lower. So it has some bit of news that came out on Friday, 29th of January 2020. It says Quantum announces timing of fourth quarter and full year 2020 financial results on webcasts. Okay, Form 3 Quantumscape Corp for January 13th filed. Okay, yes, that's not that relevant. So let's see what the flesh of this is. It says a leader in the development of next-gen solid-state lithium metal batteries for use in electric vehicles announced that it will release its fourth quarter and full year 2020 financial results after market close on Tuesday, February 16, 2020. This release will be followed by a conference call at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Participating on the call will be Jagdeep Singh, co-founder and chief executive officer, and Kevin Hetrich, chief financial officer of Quantumscape. So keep that date in mind. But before now, the stock itself was also showing itself as showing a good buying opportunity, setting up for a good buying, good entry, because it's all of the trend lines showing now. The long-term trend line is not there because probably hasn't traded for a long time or long enough. So it is currently, even with what's going on in the pre-market, it's set up for an entry. So if you're going to get into this, do so, for the future. I wouldn't advise you that you day trade unless you know what you're doing, day trading it. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's going on live for Quantumscape. So it's we can see it's currently up 1.26%. So it is also just below, just like that order daily picture was indicating. It's trading below all of those trend lines, the short term, the medium term, and even right now it's trading below the longer term trend line. So in this picture, because we are using a 1 minute chart, you can see a 200-day trend line, which is this red curve we are looking at right now. So we will just go on to the next issue. The next issue will be Northern Genesis. I don't think we have covered Northern Genesis before. So yeah, luckily enough, it is loaded fast enough. So it's also slightly up in this pre-market session of today, the 1st of January of February 2020. So we just have that it is 30% of the shares outstanding are held by institutions, and there isn't very recent news. There isn't any recent news as such. Momentum for Northern Genesis is strongly bearish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call oversold. This means that investors have been actively selling shares and driving the price lower. There's some piece here written on the 29th of January, which was on Friday. So this is Northern Genesis announced on November 30 it was going to merge with electric vehicle, truck and bus maker Lion Electric, but NGS stock has already moved up so much that it incorporates much of the future value of Lion Electric or LEV stock. Okay, so for example, as of January 27th, NGS stock was at $24.55, up from around $10 as of November 16th, right before its November 30 announcement. In other words, even though the company said the implied market value of the deal was $1.9 billion, this was at $10 per share. However, now the pro forma market capitalization is $4.784 billion, since there will be 994.9 million shares outstanding. That can be seen on that page they are pointing out over there. Moreover, since okay, we will include the link for you to have a look. Okay, so moreover, there will be $443 million in net cash in the balance sheet. Its enterprise value is $4.34 billion. This is a very high valuation. I contend that it likely incorporates much of the future value of Lion Electric well after it closes the merger. Okay, so you will see this link in the description box below. So let's see what's going on in the live session for Northern Genesis. So all of these stocks, when they start trading up Lion Electric, it will inherit the data of Northern Genesis. So like I pointed out earlier on, you have to find a way to navigate all of that and include all of those things in your own assessments. And so right now, just like in the the daily chart, so this 1 minute chart is also indicating that it's trading below its short-term trend lines and the medium-term trend lines. We don't have any long-term trend line in this picture. So if you're going to get into this Northern Genesis, which is ultimately Lion Electric, you know, do it for the long term. You know, buy it, hold it, and see how it goes. You know, it's likely to go places. You know, but try and see if you can digest the information they trying to point out in that the site. You will link to the sites you see in the description box below. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. That will be Romeo Power Inc. Let's have a look here. Yeah, fortunately we have it. We have the chart loaded on time, so we don't waste your time. So it's slightly up in the pre-market as well. Okay, and it has a market cap of $2.3 billion. Shares are outstanding is 126.787 million. Yes, and 14% of that 126.787 are held by institutions. So, and currently it is trading. This is the daily chart. It's trading below its short-term and medium-term trend lines. Yes, and it has a short interest of 5.1%. So it would take about 2 days to 1 day and part of a subsequent session to cover all of those. So the most recent news I think concerning Romeo Power says here, Romeo Power Republic Services team up to develop battery technology for garbage trucks. Okay, so this is not so recent. It's as at Thursday 28th of January 2020. They said on Thursday they have struck a deal to develop battery technology for use in Republic's electric garbage trucks. The company said they will work closely to determine the key performance metrics of Romeo's battery packs that will suit specific refuse use cases. Okay, so and then technically Romeo Power appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend. Although its MACD is presently below the signal line, shares remain 42.0% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average. It is lagging the S&P 500. That is what they are pointing out here. Okay, so let's see what's more here about Romeo Power. Momentum for Romeo Power is strongly bearish. The 14-period slope stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call oversold. This means that investors are actively selling shares and driving the price lower. So we can see, yes, it's in the oversold territory, and from what we saw earlier on, it's set up for market participants to jump in. Okay. Volume, the unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the live session for Romeo Power. So let's see. So yes, in the live session it's up 2.2%. 2.25%, so it's only below its volume weighted average price, but all other trend lines are below it, and yeah, some of these stocks of late have been neglected, and they've not got enough attention, but somehow today they are all getting some bit of traction. So if you're going to get into them, and including this Romeo Power, do so for the long term, and start with a small amount of money and see how it goes before you commit a lot of money. And yeah, so we'll do our best to continue to update you. We may also cover them again yet today, because what we're looking at right now is the pre-market session. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share if you're already a subscriber. Thank you very much for pushing the subscription numbers. beyond 1,000, and keep subscribing. Let's get the number up to 10,000 and beyond. Thank you very much.